Hey guys, today I bring you a battle against FC Bayern from the Smogon forums. This guy is actually pretty new to Smogon and he wanted a battle, so yeah, why not? So I just battled him. He wanted an OU battle, I was using my Hailstorm team and he was using his OU team. As you guys already know, I start off with my Santa Claus, which is my very obvious lead in the Hailstorm team. And my opponent starts off with a Metagross. At this point I would expect that he'd expect me to switch, so therefore I just went for the explosion. I just went for the substitute at my very first turn. So I was expecting something like an agility or maybe even a stealth rock, and he went for the stealth rock, so that was a nice prediction on my part. Because now I have a sub up and I can freely set up some lead sheet here, which will give me back, which will bring me back at full health, and which allows me to have a free switch into my Swampert who resists the obvious second bullet bunch coming. So my substitute is gone, and I just go for the lead sheet as I told you, and after the hail in the seat I'll be back at full health. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I get some lefties as well, and then I just doubt what my opponent should do, and I just thought he'd go for another bullet punch, thinking me to stay in. And I could have stayed in actually and stall him a bit more, because the lead sheet was up and Hailstorm was up, so he would have been forced to switch eventually, but not with the bullet punch, because the bullet punch is a priority move and it would have finished me off. So I just go into my Swampy who resists steel attacks, and with his relaxed nature he takes on the bullet punch very well here. So I get some lead sheet to recover some of my life, some of my hit points, and then I get the lefties. And as you can see, it's, leftovers is a very nice combination with lead sheet. And my opponent just goes for the explosion here, which I didn't actually expect. I just went for the stealth rocks because I love it when stealth rocks starts up, because together with the hail and maybe even the poison of Frutella I can finish off teams. So yeah, that was actually pretty bad for me to lose Swampert this early in the game. So at this point I just decide that I should switch into my Santa Claus again, and yeah, at this point I was thinking, because there are many types of scissors. You have the banded scissors, you have the sword dance scissors, but I just decided to switch out my Santa Claus because I didn't want to take a risk getting the U-turn, and my opponent goes for the U-turn. So yeah, that was a very good prediction on my part. And it's not very effective to Machamp, and yeah, as you can see, I still have a lot of health left here. So my opponent switches out to Latias, and I'm like the only person who battles Latias every battle, I guess. It's really amazing. I'm like a magnet for Latias, so yeah. So as you guys know, I have the perfect Latias killer, and the perfect Latias killer is, now come on, just say it together, Frutella! And I just go into my Frutella and he takes the Dragon Pulse as a beast, as you guys know. Just look at that, it only does 120 points of damage. It's like amazing. And at this point I wanted to make some predictions, because the things I've seen that can take Frutella is Scizor. So I just decide to go for a Flamethrower because I can take another Dragon Pulse. And guess what? He goes for the Scizor. And I just went for the Flamethrower here, and yeah, I take him out with a crit, but I don't think that would have mattered, because Clefable has pretty nice special attack moves, and this Frutella is also trained, EV trained in special attack. So I don't think it mattered here. But I do get a crit. So my Frutella gets back some hit points, and I just took down two of my opponent's Pokemon at this point. So now my opponent is debating what to go into, and my opponent goes into Brutalanda, who apparently seems to be a Salamence. And yeah, here I didn't expect the Brick Break from a Salamence, and I thought like, oh my god, I'm a goner here. So, but my Frutella lifts the break, but my toxic misses, and that was like, oh crap. So that was actually pretty bad on my part. And because I don't want to lose Frutella in this game, because I still need it, I just went for the protect to get some hail damage on my opponent, and so I can heal some of my hit points at this point. So yeah. I get back to 109 hit points, and my opponent gets buffeted by the hail bit by bit. And I decide, I just look at my team and I doubt what to go into, but eventually I will go into Machamp, I guess. And yes, I was correct. I just go into Machamp here because I thought he could take a break, and yeah, as you can see, Machamp can take a break. And at this point, the Salamence gets Life Orb damage and Hailstorm damage, and he will need some more Life Orb damage to kill my Machamp here. So yeah, pretty amazing. I just wasted my Machamp here, but I don't care because now the Salamence is like in orange, and yeah, I just wanted to get him there. So yeah, that was pretty nice. I didn't fear the Latias at this point because I know I had my Red Eyes, and for this match I was testing out a Scarf on my Red Eyes because usually I use Choice Band, but now I use Choice Scarf because I just wanted to abuse the pretty good speed of Flygon here. So here I was debating what to do, and I go for the U-turn, but it resists, and I thought it would do a lot more. And yeah, I go into my Frutella, and Frutella gets beat by the Draco Meteor. So yeah, but yet again my opponent will get the Life Orb damage and will get the Hailstorm damage. So, but it doesn't quite finish him off. But I know that another U-turn of my Flygon will finish off the Salamence here. But I go for my Mamoswine because I think it's the best thing to do, because Mamoswine has Ice Shard, and maybe didn't expect that, but the Ice Shard finishes off my opponent's Salamence. And this is actually a Life Orbed Mamoswine. Yeah, most people use the Choice Bandit, but I just like the Life Orb because this is Adamant, Max EV, and Max IV in attack, so yeah. Now my opponent goes into Swampert. And I don't know, maybe he expected me to switch out here, but he won't go for the Water move. He will go for the Earthquake here. And I just decide to stay in with Puma because he might expect me to switch. And yeah, I just decide to do an EQ and Earthquake here. So, and you'll just be amazed how much it does. So most of the Swampies are relaxed nature. Maybe this one is Adamant, but it does like great. And sorry here, my opponent went for the Stone Edge, not for the EQ. And then he gets the Hailstorm damage. So at this point I know that I can take out the Swampert with relative ease, and I just go for another EQ, and yeah, if he switched to Latias here, then it would have done nothing, so that would have been better in my opinion, but he decided to stay into Swampert here. So now my opponent is only left with a few Pokemon, like 2, which is Latias, and at this point I expected the if I Ice Sharded here, then Life Orb would have taken me out. So I just went for the Ice Fang. This Mamoswine is actually packed with Ice Fang here. And like I said, my Mamoswine is Adamant and stuff. So yeah, a Stab Ice Fang will definitely take out the Latias. So now my opponent is just left into 1 Pokemon. And I'm just left with 2 Pokemon. And his last Pokemon is a Jolteon. And my last Pokemon, one of the 2 Pokemon I have left is Santa Claus, and I just decide to go into it. And I decide to go for the Blizzard here because I just wanted to get as much damage off on Jolteon. And this Jolteon is Life Orbed as well, so yeah, pretty nice here. Because yeah, it'll just take another turn to finish me off with an attack, and he will get the life orb damage once again. So that was pretty nice. So now I'm definitely know I'm going to win, because my Flygon is scarfed, and even though my Pokemon here isn't going to be alive after the Shadow Ball of the Jolteon, I just know that my Flygon can take it out. Actually, I was hoping for the Hail to take it out, but it just leaves him with like 1 HP or so. So yeah. So here I just go into my Red Eyes, and yeah, I will use an attacking move and I will finish off the Jolteon. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And yeah, just see you next time, guys.